Nice seeing all of you. My name is Progress. I'm a YouTuber from Nigeria. And welcome to my channel. This is Pro Storyline, a place where you learn about everything, news and what have you. Yesterday was Father's Day. The 21st of June was set aside to celebrate all the fathers around the world. And I want to say to the very great, wonderful, ever-present fathers, ever-protective fathers, ever-providing fathers, all the good fathers, all those ones that lead by example, good examples to their parents. I want to wish you a great, happy Father's Day, though in arrears. You people really make, you know, you people are life bringers, or call it, you people give lives, because without the father, a woman cannot get pregnant. That's it. So you people are the ones that the architects of life, while the women are the incubators of, life, and the ones that bring it forth. Though. So we really, I want to appreciate all the fathers, the good ones, that are very responsible. I don't mean if you're a deadbeat father, this message is not for you. If you're the type that, goes about distributing your semen everywhere, I'm not wishing you nothing, but a repentance, okay? So my message is to all the good and wonderful fathers, all those ones that always, make conscious efforts to be the best for their children and to do the best for their children. So on that note, I want to talk about fatherhood today, okay? Fatherhood today. Some people just feel it's a woman and then she's pregnant, then bring forth a child. That makes you a father. Yeah, but that makes you a dad. But if you don't do certain things, okay, if you don't take certain as a father, you're not a dad. Lechumile. Hi, how are you? Please, guys, meanwhile, like the live stream, like and subscribe to my channel if it's your first time. So, like I said, I was telling you guys that giving a woman pregnancy is not just, and the woman giving birth doesn't just make you a father. Okay, biologically it makes you a father, but there are certain things. If you do certain things, okay, take on certain responsibilities, you cannot be called a father, but a sperm donor. All right, you be called a semen donor because fatherhood comes with lots of responsibilities, and if you don't take on those responsibilities, you are as good as nothing. Other, you're just a sperm donor. Some days ago, I had a conversation with a very close family member of mine, and she told me about. Oh, thank you so much, Le Shumile. Thank you. Please, it says I'm your new fan. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel before you subscribe, and then I want everybody to be very, very, contributory to this live stream. I want you to tell us your experience. If I miss anything, I want you to contribute, okay, to the live experience. I want it to be very interactive, okay? So my family member called me and was telling me about an incident that happened. That this man had a son, and one thing led to the other. He fell ill, and they sent a message. Like he's almost in his 50s. Then they sent a message to the son. The son should come. So the son came, and then I don't know. It's like they took. Now they says, "What's up? There? I'm good. Hi. Good morning. Good morning, Namdi. Did me too. Thank you, DS Techo. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. Like the live. I'm not saying no likes. I'm saying only 2 likes. So one thing led to the other. What I'm trying to say is one thing led to the other. In the hospital, the guy died, and they sent a message to the son. The son should come and then handle responsibilities as the only child. The boy is grown, and the boy was like telling people they shouldn't call him. They should not call him. As a matter of fact, from the information I heard, that I was told that even during the funeral of his daddy, the boy did not show up. The only thing I did was to go back to the father's house, where he was staying, not the family house, and then pack everything that belongs to this man. That's the father died. Pack everything and then vanished. Nobody knew where he's been. And when after the person told story, I was like, okay, fine. That's the that's the consequences of being a father, a deadbeat father. You're just giving birth to a child without taking responsibility, without being present in the life of your child. I can okay, let me just call you late, please. Says I already subscribed to you. Thank you so much. Namdi says Trump is a good father of the world. Did you wish him a happy birthday? Oh, I did not. Namdi, I did not wish Trump a happy birthday. I'm not even aware it was his birthday. Okay, it's a good father. Everybody's a good father. Guys, please subscribe to the channel. So after the whole story, they said the boy didn't show up, but he went and then took everything that belongs to the father, where the father was saying, the sound the father was saying, and then vanished. So when they told me, I said, yes, everything boils down to how the father lived with this son, only child that, and then you abandon the child to the mother, go about your own business, probably, dangle with other women. You've forgotten your child, and you forget that there will be a time that you will grow. I don't know. There's a transport company in Nigeria called The Young Shall Grow. That's the name of the company. The Young Shall Grow. Whenever you sow a seed, okay, especially when it comes to children, you get a woman pregnant. Maybe it wasn't even a planned kind of pregnancy. Fine, it happens. You are responsible for that pregnancy. You're responsible for that child. You should be able to be in the life of that child, because if you leave, don't forget you get old. Really, do not forget that every day everybody's getting older. So someday, you might be very agile now, and the child will be growing. You'll be very agile. Three random words. Trump, what the fuck? Oh, please don't use those kind of words here. Don't use that. Don't use that. Don't use that. Three random. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. So whatever you're doing, know that you're sowing, like you're planting. Someday you will reap them. A good father today, definitely you will reap the benefits of being a good father tomorrow. If you're a bad father, you're like what they call it, a deadbeat dad. Definitely, there will come a time in your life that you'll be weak. You will be you can't do things for yourself. It's your children. Like in Africa, that's what we do. We take care of our parents, aged parents. If you can't do things for yourself, your children will set in. And that will depend on how you handle your kids when they were young, how present you were, how protective, how providing you were to your children when they were young. So know that you have a whole responsibility. And one thing for sure is that how you behave, shapes the life of your children. It has a positive and as well negative effect on your children. So on that note, I want to talk about the qualities of a good father. That it's not enough to give a woman pregnancy, that's impregnate a woman, and then she gives forth a baby or brings forth a child, and you become a father. Yes, biologically you're a father, but if you don't do certain things, you're not a father, but a sperm donor, or call it a semen donor. So one of the qualities of a good father is providing care and as well protection for his children. As a father, yes, you have to provide you have to be present for your children emotionally. You have to provide for them emotionally. When they are sick, you have to be there. You have to, You have to be ever present in their lives. Provide for them emotionally, provide for them materially, provide for them in every way you can morally. Teach them, teach them, because you don't teach them when you're old. That's it. It's either you groom them to be good people in the society, else, like in Africa, if you happen to have a child and then he goes out there to steal, it's a shame on the family. That's automatic shame on the family. Everybody will always, once you have issues, somebody say, your child stole, and it's like a way, people may not to associate with you. It will bring kind of stigma to family. So if you don't train, like the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Provide that moral protection, moral guidance to the child. When he derails, when he fails, when he gets into trouble, the shame will come to you. I like listening to your story. I says a lot of water for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Because of protection, you have to protect your child. Do not let you know you protect your child in every way, emotionally and every. Just when your child is down, you have to tell your child this and that. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, when I was a young girl, I went to a new school. I just there was like a new they call it pupil. It was a nursery school. And what happened was that there's this child. I was like in a class called transition, like that, like class A. And there's this child that was in class 1. His brother was in my class, like class 3, and he had another elder sister that was in primary 4. That's like almost 4 classes ahead of me. One thing happened. Every time there's, they call for, everybody's, all the children will just run out, catch the swings, catch this slide. Everybody's enjoying the playground equipment. But whenever I touch one, I want to climb the slide. This small boy that I was older than would be bullying me. Would tell me no, that I'm not climbing, all because I was new. And I used to be a very timid person, timid girl. So I couldn't do anything. She be, every time this boy will be bullying me. It got so bad that this boy will be hitting me. And if he hits me, he will run away. He will hit me and then run away. So one particular day, I used to be afraid, guys. I used to be afraid. The reason why I was afraid was that because he had a brother, of my age in my class, and somebody that was older than me, his sister, in primary 4. So I used to be afraid, oh, what if I fight back and then they will gang up and beat the hell out of me? So that was just the issue. I was afraid. I couldn't do anything. I endured bullying for a certain time. Not until one day, it was a rainy day, or call it a rainy season. So there's this slide thing. Because of too much of sliding by children, there's a little kind of hole. It left a mark of hole on the ground, and rain fell, and some of the water of the rain was inside there on that hole, like stagnated water or stagnant water. So one day I wore white t-shirts and white socks that morning. It was about 12. And then I ran to that place to like enter the slide. This young boy stopped me. And out of fear, I was just standing by looking at what's going on. And before you know, he just entered the slide. And then dip his 2 legs into this thing. The water, all the water was on me. After school, I tried cleaning up. The dirt was all over me. Thank you. Say, I love your shirt. Thank you so much. The dirt was all over me. White t-shirt. It turned to black, almost brown, black, something. When my father came to pick me up from school, he saw me. I was so dirty. On getting home, my dad said I should explain. I started explaining myself. My dad said, the child beats you. I received the, in Nigeria, sorry, they spank us like whooping. Yeah, I received some whoops that day. My dad beat me up that day because not it wasn't an abuse, guys. Some of you would may think it's abuse. In Africa, we cane our children. So he caned me that day and asked me, any day that boy tries shit on me again, I should fight back. So long story short, I went to school. The boy came and, like normal, thinking he's going to bully me. Just hit me and ran. The rage in me, I ran and then held him. I gave him the punching, like I beat this boy. I didn't care if he was a child. I was punching the living hell out of him. And I think the brother came and was like, okay, we're going to fight. In Nigeria, if they do you like, if you're in school and then they do you like this, no, your own is finished. If you don't have power, then you're going to fight after school. So after school, there was like, oh, we're going to fight, we're going to fight. The long story short is that, I overcame my bullies. I overcame people that bullied me in school because my father was able to protect me by words of encouragement, by words of like disciplining me to stand up for myself. I was able to do that. Guys, please subscribe to the channel if you're just tuning in, and please like this live stream. I'm seeing only 5 likes. Please like this live stream and subscribe to the channel. Let me know where you're watching from. Share your experience. I want this session to be very interactive. If you have a contribution to make, please do make it. You're welcome to Pro Storyline. I'm a YouTuber from Nigeria. I'm talking about the qualities of a great father today. So one of the qualities of a great father is one that provides for his family and as well protects the family. So the second one I want to talk about is, you cannot be a great father, you cannot be a good father without being present in the life of your children. Yes, there are parents that are very busy when it comes to work. Maybe their works, for instance, somebody that is a truck driver might be traveling, may not really have so much time with his children. But whenever he's home, he should be able to fix that time for his children and then have a great time for his children. Let's say he's watching from Malaysia. Hi, is Malaysia. You're welcome. Thank you again for subscribing. So you have to try and as much as possible to be present for your children. For instance, maybe they're having school activities like school celebrations. They say, okay, their father should. You have to find out time. Sometimes you just need to sacrifice your job and then be in the life of your parents. Those kind of memories when they grow up matters because they will show up for you. They will do the same thing for you. It depends on how you train your children. That's how they will come up. That's how they will come up. Be present in the life of your children. The life of your children. If they are sick, you have to be present. Even if, okay, for instance, maybe your job takes you away. Another way of being present. Thank God for technology. You can call in, do video calls. Some people call it FaceTime. Tell the child how you wish you were physically present, how you wish you were there to, protect or do one or two things. But please just, that's love. That will make that child, that will shape, the person of that child. And a child that is being brought up in an environment that is full of love or filled with love will always be different from the one that is from a family that there was no love. So you have to be ever present as a father in the life of your children because, like I said, it's a seed you're sowing. Whatever you sow, you will reap. Don't forget, the young shall grow. And don't forget, every day all of us are getting old. However you treat your child today, when you grow old, that's how they will treat you. Because as people grow older, like when you're in your 80s and, you be like a child. Hello from Japan. Hi, I can't even read. What's your name? What's your name? Can you? I can't read that your handwriting or the Japanese writing. I don't know what your name is. You're welcome to the channel. Please like the live, guys. You're welcome. Highly welcome. I appreciate you for tuning in. So if you don't present yourself available for your children, it will have a very terrible effect on you tomorrow. abandon their parents, like this first story I told you, because of how the father must have treated him. That's why he didn't even care to attend, and he's the only child to the dad. He didn't even care to attend the father's funeral, paid the last rest. The father was sick to even go to the hospital to be with the father. It's crazy. And some men will just think, oh, let me enjoy my life because, you have different women, you have different. I've seen a papa in the US, that has, I think, 31 already from different baby mamas. Different. How do you tackle between these women or their families, the children? What kind of lifestyle is it's not a flex, honestly. It's not something to be copied. It's not something to be somebody should, the role model to the real people. Having different baby mamas, how do you even shuffle through? Because you're not going to be present to all these children. Remember, women, we come with jealousy, envy, and all of that. You can't give this one too much time and you don't give. So you have to be careful of who you sleep, how you live your life. So just be present with in the life of your children. Another thing, okay, quality of a good father. Excuse me, sorry about the noise. I have some of his children around. Um, Quality of a good father is that you teach and guide your children. There's this. Hey, let me hear. Stop raising your voice. Another quality is teaching and then guiding your children. Let me bring a story. There's this story of, I don't know if you guys follow the Ulio Fulio murder trial thing in America. There are four men, right? Okay, five of them. One is a girl. We have what's that? There's this particular boy that I really picked interest in. He's just 20 years old. His name is Sean Cartwright. Sean Cartwright comes from a very oh Mato. Okay, Mato. Hi, Mato. Nice to meet you. Same here meeting you. You're welcome. Please subscribe to the channel and like the live. Thank you so much. So Sean Cartwright from a very privileged home. The father, the mother is aware. Who is this? Say gay? No, I'm not a gay. You're welcome. Days and days. There's nothing like gay here. Gay thing is not. It's not a thing in Africa. I'm an African. Thank you. So Sean is from a very privileged home. The father and the mother were military guys, retired. Okay, the father, they retired. They had this military background. So this guy have been traveling around the world. Like they take him. He has been to South Africa. He's been to Japan. He has lived his life. Wherever the parents go on a mission, they travel to go meet the parents. But all of this, this the kind of character or behavior he exhibits at home is not the kind he exhibits outside. Sean Cartwright is a child, or was a child that, lived a very good life, very ambitious. Every parent that has a son like that, the way he behaves at home, you'll be so, oh, my child is on the right path. My child is doing well. My child is going to be okay. And then, all of a sudden, Sean was involved in a murder case. And funny enough, he was the one that provided the guns. I remember when the mom was giving a testimony, he said that's not what all the description people are giving to his child. That's not his child, her child. That's not Sean. What am I saying in essence? Because if probably due to the work of the mom, the mom didn't really see so much of the other side of Sean. Didn't understand the other side of Sean. It just assumed, okay, maybe Sean is fine, or Sean is, it's crazy. And that's how this young boy at the age of 20 ended up being given life sentence without the possibility of parole. That's his whole life is finished. They say with hard labor. I don't know what that is in the state of Florida, USA. Just look it up. You can look it up. You look up to the story, guys. That's how Sean Garbright ended up his life at 20 in prison for life without possibility of what parole, simply because they shot what's that his name again, Julio Fulio, dead. So you really have to like teach your children shooting, hanging out with the wrong crowd can get into trouble. Sometimes, do you know that wrong association, you may not be a very bad person, but a group of people could get you into trouble simply by hanging out with them. It can lead you into trouble, very messy kind of trouble. Example, we've been hearing about the Epstein files, Epstein this, Epstein that. Some people, like somebody like Naomi Campbell, it got to that point that she had to come out because they were saying, some people were assuming, oh, she was the one that used to provide the girls, recruited girls, so many nonsense kind of assumption was going on about Naomi Campbell, that she visited Jeffrey Epstein, she did the email, what's that their name, something she said or something. Thank you. I love you. I love you too. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. This is Pro Storyline. This is Pro Storyline. I'm a YouTuber from Nigeria. Subscribe, share, and like this channel. So, because of association of Naomi Campbell with of visiting the Epstein Island or probably parties and all of that, she was kind of linked to Epstein, that she knew what was going on. Whereas probably she didn't even have an idea of what was going on. Do you understand? We had Naomi Campbell. You guys should know who she is. She's a supermodel, a British supermodel. She had to come out to like explain herself. Yes, she had contact with Jeffrey Epstein, but that doesn't mean that she had an idea of what was going on in the background. She had an idea, or a glimpse of the other side of Epstein. Everybody pretends during party, you see the best. Everybody wears their best of clothes, but we need the heart, we need the clothes. You don't know what's going on. So you have to teach your children as a father that wrong association, hanging out with the wrong crowd, could get you into trouble. All right, you have to teach them by your examples. I don't know what kind of religion, because me, I don't believe in. I believe in religious freedom. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I believe you can choose whatever you want to practice, as far as it guides your moral standards. Like it helps you, it molds you to become somebody useful to the society, not a menace. Okay, not somebody that causes trouble. As far as your religion molds you to be a great person in the society, live by example, fine. I'm not everybody mustn't be a Christian or a Muslim or a Buddhist or whatever. Okay, so whatever shape that can shape your character in a good way, I'm fine. All right, but if you're a Christian parent, you have to, the biblical principles are great for child training. Train up a child in the way he should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it. What you teach a child, I always say this, when a child is like 0 to 10, you as a parent have a great role to play in shaping the character, the attitude of that child. You have, if that child passes 10 and then 11, 12, that's when all those hormonal changes comes. They want to explore, they want to do this, they want to do that. That's that puberty and adolescent period. They want to explore life. It will be very difficult for you, because you did not teach them, you did not mold them, you did not make them respect you, make them fear you. Me, when I was a child, if I learned that my father is coming back home, if he comes back, I have to fix everywhere. Everywhere has to be nice. Like everywhere have to be good, smell good. Everything has to be set. Because when it comes, I know if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to be in trouble. So you have to make your children feel that way. But they shouldn't be afraid of you. They should respect you, but not afraid of you. Because if you make your children afraid of you, because your presence makes them afraid, when when things is bothering them, or when they get, something happens to them, they're free to come tell you, okay, this is what is happening. They will not have this kind of free, sharing kind of information thing with you when they have issues. All right. So you have to teach your children, you have to guide them. When it's time to whoop a child, whoop. No, you're abusing a child. You're not abusing. Like we that were born, the millennials. Okay, I don't mean the Gen Zs, millennials. When while growing up, our parents used to whoop us. Like, you don't mess up. You don't go out and don't come back early. You don't even go anywhere without telling your parents you're going somewhere. And if they give you 1 hour, that 1 hour is 1 hour. You can't exceed 1 hour. You can't exceed 1 hour. You can't. It has shaped me personally that I cannot. If I go out now, once it's to 6, that's 6 p.m., I have to find my way back home. Even after leaving my parents' house, it has become a part of me. It has become a part of me. That's because of what my father guided me. If you go outside, if you go out, maybe you're going anywhere, make sure before night falls you're back home. It has become a stay out late. I'm not trying to be, paint myself as a very, person. No, but I'm just trying to tell you how my father's guidance, my father's, call it, really shaped the way I behave in my adulthood. My father is late now. I don't even live with my mom for that many years now, more than 8 years. I've been living alone. I don't go out late. I don't stay out late. I don't even, all those parties, I don't do them. That's because of how I was trained. Because of how I was trained. If I had done that, my father would whoop me. And it's good. Those whooping really shaped most of us. Sometimes I do have interaction with, people my age grade. And I'll ask them, what do you think about, the way we were disciplined compared to how parents discipline their child? The Gen Z parents discipline their children now, or maybe our millennial parents discipline their babies now. They be like, they prefer our old handle. Do you like the way our parents discipline us? They prefer that one because some of us would have turned to something else. We would have been a menace in the society, but not for how our parents would whoop us. I remember in my the compound we lived when I was a child. I remember a mom beating a child from, you jump down. If you check all these children, they behave very well, even when not living with the parents. All right, guys. So the next quality of a good dad is showing love and support. Showing love and support. I think that's part of being ever present in the life of your children. Please like the live stream, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed. It's equally, I will equate that to being ever present, because if you're present, definitely you will love your children, you will show care, you will show support, you will be there. Okay, let's just say, for instance, now maybe some parents are not very well to do. It doesn't take call it a diamond to okay. It doesn't take a diamond for you to do things for your children. Okay, it doesn't take the whole planet or the whole bank or all the money in the bank to do things or to show love to your children. Even if when I was growing up, my dad used to, whenever he traveled, he would just buy me 1 or 2 clothes. I'm fine. In those days, probably I didn't really appreciate them. But as I grew older, I was like, oh my God, I had the best father. Like, for him to even go out and then he's thinking, oh, I should buy clothes for my daughters. And then every time he comes back home, he's coming maybe with 2, 3 clothes for us. It's so thoughtful of him. It's so loving of him. It's so supportive of him. As a matter of fact, I think I started buying things or, catering for myself, taking care of myself when my father died. Because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to buy clothes. I didn't know how to buy shoes. I didn't even know how to buy my undies. My dad bought everything for I and my sister. He had us too. He bought everything for us. So until when he died, that's when I started, and I never allowed what they call pocket money. Before I even know, it's now that I try to like understand why he used to do that. It's not that I try to understand why he used to do that. Give me because a female child might just because I don't have money for my pad, or I don't have for my what they call pad, that's menstrual pad. Oh, let me go and do this. And sometimes because she doesn't have money, she may want to, one guy somewhere, one young boy somewhere will start talking. Oh, don't worry, I'll give you money, and then put her down on bed, and that's pregnancy, teenage pregnancy. And over here in Africa, it's a shame if your child is not married and then she gets pregnant, especially when it's teenage pregnancy. It's not something that is that nice. So my dad always endeavored that I have money every week. I have money. If I'm going out, I have money. You know. So you don't really have to like break a bank to show love to your children. Little things matters. Little support, little buying of clothes. Ah, baby, I saw this. I said, let me get you. Thank you, daddy. When the child grows up, he will really appreciate that, and equally will replicate the same love, the same gesture, yeah, on his, on our children or on his children. So courtesy of your teachings, courtesy of your love and showing of love and support. Okay, guys. So the next one is modeling behavior. I don't know. Just give me 1 minute. Let me get my food. I'm coming. 1 minute. Oh God. Are those chickens? Yes, they are. No, it's actually turkeys, not chicken. Those are turkeys. So guys, I was about telling you another quality of a good dad. It's not just okay for you to score yourself a dad without, doing all these things that I'm saying, because they really matter. They really matter. So another quality of a good father is, modeling behavior. Modeling behavior. In other words, that's like living by example, showing forth by example, teaching your children by example. Remember, children learn. Okay, I don't know if you've seen makeup kids as a mom. You make up, and then your baby girl will just come by, mom. No, 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 no. Before you know, one of those days, she will just enter your room, maybe just very, very anxious of how they use makeup, will start painting, and then, mom, look at my face, I just made up. Children learn from parents. Okay, if you're selling drugs, your children are seeing you selling drugs. Okay, That's what they will do. If you go robbing, stealing from people, and then your children say, "Oh, my dad is a thief," that's what they will do. Bye. I'm going to sleep now. All right. Much. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for subscribing. That's exactly what the children will do. If you're, I've seen a lot. Like I've seen all this shit. If you're a woman that goes about selling her body before your children's very eye, when your female children grows up, that's what they will. That's exactly what you've taught them, and once they grow up, exactly what they will, do. That's the kind of people they're going to be. So, in other words, what am I saying? Live by example. Live by example. Whatever you're doing, live by example. Good example, not just anyhow example. Good example, moral examples. Once you want to do, know that your children will be copying. They learn by examples. Is it business? Whatever you're doing, just make sure that you're doing by example, good example. Because what you do, your children will copy it. That's for sure. Good morning. That's for sure. They will copy it. And if let me say, maybe you are an armed robber, and then your children used to see you robbing people, taking things that does not belong to you. Like in Africa, you should change people, or maybe you are the one that is richer in the environment. You tend to suppress people because you're rich. They will copy that and they will replicate, and probably maybe at some point in your life you decide to turn a new leaf from your old ways, like trying to be nice, you're trying to, and then your children that copied your ways, took it outside. Probably they try to do what you used to do, and you're trying to call them to order. They will tell you, "Our father, I used to do this thing. I learned it from you. You used to do this thing." And it will just automatically lock your mouth up because you won't have anything to say. You won't have anything to defend yourself with. So be a good father, a great father by living a great example, living by a great example, by modeling behaviors, okay? Because your children will copy whatever you do. All right, the next one is, growing alongside with your kids. Growing alongside with your kids. This one is for African parents. Most African homes, you see parents trying to make, I told you about, being whooped. Yes, whooping is good though. Whooping is actually very great because it will make you respect and somehow be scared to do certain things. Sorry for the noisy environment, guys. I have so many people all around. They're exchanging pleasantries. Oga Malika, I do live stream. Oga Malika, which course you can't go?
That for the way they go jump for jet.
You jump? You go jump? You go jump for jet? You want to see yourself?
Wetin dey go show you now? Na TikTok be this, abi na video?
No,
Na this be this.
na YouTube, no be
YouTube.
TikTok. You go jump for. Can no catch you.
Aba.
Oh yeah.
You go see who go for the place, you go mad, you say you go pay. Allah, Aba. We don't wait to want the two girls.
See your trouser. See your trouser.
Well done.
So
How
Bobo,
many get up?
wetin you go do now?
Am I wear so Bobo?
Him say na only this thing wey get.
My man, 3 months now. All those things, you know me.
No go collect.
My 3 months. I bump chair and chocolate here. Police. This is my brother. They work. I know this. Yes, my brother. Start looking now.
I don't get sugar. I don't see person where they go out.
America just buy one.
Sorry for the break, guys. qualities of a good father, let me rephrase that again. Providing care and protection, being present, teaching and guiding, showing love and support, and as well modeling behavior. So the next one is, growing alongside with your child. You know, growing alongside with your child. You have to be there with your child in good and the bad times. You have to be there with your child in every way. They are still your child, no matter how old they are. Even if they turn 80 and you're still alive to witness or see them turning 80, they're still your child. They see your, you have to be there with them. You have to advise them. You have to guide them. Send. I don't see person where I go send. You have to be there with them. All right. So again, let me say, it's not just enough for you to call yourself a father. Yeah, you might just impregnate a woman or your wife or your girlfriend or your baby mama, and then she bring forth a child for you. Yes, biologically you're a father. Yes, you're a father biologically, but it takes much more to be a real dad, a great father. It takes a whole lot of responsibilities. So if you're somebody that is out there, you get about impregnating women, having different baby mamas, distributing your semen anyhow without taking care of those children, being there for those children, catering, protecting, providing for those children. All right, living a good exemplary life for those children to emulate from. You're nothing but what? A sperm donor. You're a sperm donor. We have them plenty. Deadbeat fathers. So I hope my viewers are not deadbeat fathers. They are very responsible men, responsible fathers, responsible husbands, responsible girlfriends. Another thing is that, if you are a father, okay, the way you treat the mother of child has to. I didn't mention that. If you're a father, okay, the way you treat maybe your baby mama or your, matters, or your wife, the mother of your kids really matters. If you treat them, especially for the male children, if you treat their mothers very well, with love, with respect, that's how they're going to replicate that outside. They will replicate that outside. They will not, because they didn't grow up seeing their father insult a woman or disrespect a woman or treat a woman in a very devaluing way. They will grow up, when they see a woman, they will treat a woman with respect, even no matter how, call it, emotionally disconnected they would be or they are without a woman. They will still treat her with respect, courtesy of what you taught them, courtesy of how you treated their mothers, courtesy of how, you handle issues with their moms. You see, so that you ended up, creating a bloodline that respects women. I've seen a lot of things. A lot of women tend to be like, in my country, like it seems like women are an endangered species of human in Nigeria. Why am I saying that? Because oftentimes you see all these young boys, especially those that are into Yahoo, they call it scamming. They call it Yahoo Yahoo. Most of them, they tend to, when they go to meet all these voodoo priests, and the voodoo priest will tell them, go and bring virgins, go and bring a woman's breast, go and bring a woman's eye, their own girlfriends, and then kill them, get those body parts, and then take to the juju priest. You know, but if you had, as a parent, taught your children, oh, protect women, women are these, they are life bringers, protect them, don't do this, he wouldn't be. His conscience wouldn't allow him. to do that because he grew up seeing his father. He grew up seeing his father respect his mom. I've seen a situation. I think that thing happened in Imo State, one of the states in Nigeria, where a son lured his mother from the village. The son was into Yahoo. He lured his mother into from the village to where he lives. Every I blame the mom. I'll tell you why I blame the mom. If you're a parent and then you see your children, you know how much probably they're working in a place, and then the lifestyle they are affording is much more than, okay, more than what the job should give them. Then if you don't ask questions, where did you get this? You're a failed parent. Yes, good morning. You are failed. You are a failed parent. If your child earns like 5,000 and then your child is buying a car of 10,000, eh, or maybe millions, and then you don't question that child, where do you get the money from? You failed him because he's going to become a nuisance. He's going to be something else in the society. He's going to become something else in the society. So this boy lured his mom to town and then was telling the mom, I don't know, fancy words, telling the mom this, trying to spoil the mom, doing, was it a dinner or something, take the mom out, buy things for her, and lure the mom to an uncompleted building in the neighborhood. Push the mom to the front and get a dagger, stab the mom. Thank God it wasn't a kind of woman that, and then relax. She fought. The mom fought back, fought back, fought back, and overpowered the son, and then screamed for help. That's how help came. And then they arrested this boy. He confessed that he wanted to use the mom for what? Ritual. Because of what? Yeah, he wants to make money, rich. He wants to become rich. He confessed. So if you don't train your children to be good today, they will become a problem to you tomorrow. All right. If you don't train your children to be well character kids, even beyond where you stay, beyond your presence, they're going to become a nuisance to the society. And imagine, like where I'm from, like I said again, if a child steals and is being caught, there's what they call jungle justice, even though I don't encourage that, and he's being stripped naked on the streets, beaten to stupor, paraded all around the streets. The shame will come to the family because the stigma will always be this: your child stole that, your child, it's a shame over here for your child to steal and he's being caught. Say you went to rob. It's a bad thing. It's a very terrible, terrible, terrible kind of thing that be bring great shame to the family. So if you want your children to be great, like I said, they're going to become a problem to you in when you get old. So you have to do all you can, your very best, to bring forth great children, up, bring them up in a good way that they can be make positive impact to the society, not negative. Make positive impact to the society, not negative. They let them be change bringers. People that enter the environment. For instance, maybe they find themselves in the wrong environment. Because of them, others change. The wrong kids change to good. Let them be the light in the room. The light, great light in the room, not the bad light. All right, guys, I think I've come to the end of this live stream. I want it to be 1 hour, so I have like 6 minutes to go. I made mention of, fatherhood. Yesterday was Father's Day. We rarely celebrate fathers, okay? We rarely do that. It's always Mother's Day that we celebrate. So I want to say that if you want to be celebrated as a father, if you want to be remembered as a father, if you want to be called a great dad, make sure that you're not just a semen donor, Okay, you're not just impregnating a woman and being called, oh, he's the father. Biologically, fatherhood actually comes with a whole lot of responsibilities, and you need to grab them. You need to do all you can. You need to, be there, provide, protect, care. All right? Teach, guide, shape the children's behavior by living an exemplary life. All right? Correct them when need be. Don't, no, don't. Correct children when need be. They will correct you tomorrow. From 0 to 10, if you don't mold the character of your children, I've said this over, if you don't mold the character of your children, once they are in that puberty period of their life and adolescence, which the hormones in their system is like raging, do this, do that, explore, they want to test the waters. If you never molded them when they were 0 to 10, you can't, it will be a little bit difficult. They'll be stubborn for you to bend. So you have to try as much as possible. Bend them, let them respect you, mold their character, mold who they are, so that once they grow into wonderful adults, and you be proud of them. All right, you be proud of that. I told you the story of Sean Cartwright. The mom saw a great son back home, but outside, probably the mom didn't even know the kind of people the son was hanging out with. But deep inside the house, or inside home, or their home, this child never showed any symptom, any sign of a bad kid. All good, ambitious, learning skills, always talking about how he's going to do this and that. But unknown to the mother, he was hanging out with the wrong crowd. At the end of the day, he was the one, when they planned this murder of Julio Fulio, he was the one that went and brought the military guns of the parents, I think the mom's guns, for the attack, which eventually led to him being incarcerated, life without parole, life without parole. It's a crazy thing. I wouldn't wish a child of mine to be, uh, uh, um, in such a situation. And we know the importance of a father, like a child that lives with both parents, okay, has, I don't, is being fashioned in a way that is very great throughout. Like if you check out, like in America, you watch, there are so many males in prison, and that's as a result of what? Failed parents, absence of fathers in their lives. They're not like us say in Africa, whether you just have to. In African society, the environment itself shapes you. It shapes the way you behave, because there are certain things you would do. Everybody will be like, "What the hell? Why did you do that?" Do you understand? So to avoid shame, to avoid stigma, to avoid being said, that child, because it will linger. Oh. Whatever you do, like stealing, it will linger. It will always be. You will always be reminded you stole. So people are like a little bit, you know, conservative. They don't want to do things that will bring shame. But unlike American society, where everybody's just on their own. If the father is not there, it has effects on the children. Except they have a super mother that plays both the father's role. But even with that, it's not enough. That out there, please be a good father, be a responsible father. It's not enough for you to just impregnate a woman without being responsible for the child the woman is bringing to this world. Present, do all you can to make that a great child, because what you're sowing is a seed that's going to germinate. Is that a good seed or a bad seed? If it's a good seed, you'll be proud of it in the future when you grow old, and by that time you'll be weak. And if it's a bad seed, you regret your life. You will regret it. So again, to all the good fathers around the world, yesterday was Father's Day. I wish you a great Father's Day. I wish you all the best. The ones that are making effort to, be a great father. Praying that God will help you reap the dividends of being a great father. Your children will not put you to shame in any way, and they will not bring shame to your family. They will make you proud in Jesus' name. Guys, I've come to the end of this live stream. I just wanted to do it back for 1 hour, so I've done that. Happy Father's Day again to all the fathers around the world. Be great and keep doing what you're doing to be a great father. From here to you is goodbye.